What's going on, people? I am Snails, and welcome to Nerds of the Round Table, where we talk about Marvel, and more Marvel. And today we got that Thor: Love and Thunder teaser trailer, which was dope. I'm gonna tell you everything that I noticed in the trailer that I thought was cool. I'm hoping that this video will get you hyped. All right, so starts out with like an aging up montage, and we see Thor like in his he's classic Thor. You got classic Loki and Loki. We're getting classic Thor here. They're doing up this trend of like bringing in like these classic outfits that people are wearing. Like in WandaVision, they had like Scarlet Witch and Vision in their classic outfits, and then Loki, classic Loki. But it's really cool to see that happen. And it's also interesting to see like the three different versions of him running, because that's a reference to Thor: God of Thunder. We run about three versions of Thor fighting Gore, and it's basically him as a young version, him in the present day, and then him as an old Odin type Thor. And they all get the hands put on him by Gore, because Gore just that OP. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. And then we see Thor. He's working out. He's trying to get back in shape. He's using the chain instead of the ropes. There's a giant skeleton like in the background in that same shot. I haven't been able to figure out what that is. So if anybody knows, leave a comment in the comments below. Tell me what that is. Tell me if you know what that is or what you think that is, because I don't have any ideas. I don't have any guesses. But that thing is crazy huge. And maybe it's something Gore killed, could be. So when he's working out, he's got on the strongest Avenger hat. That's his motivation. He's got to be stronger than the Hulk. He will never be stronger than the Hulk, but he's gonna try. But we also hear like this overdub of his voice saying, I'm putting away the warrior side of me. I'm trying to go peaceful. Groot cut off his arm to give him Stormbreaker, so he's planting the Groot Stormbreaker in the ground. Hopefully that will grow into something crazy. I don't think it will. I think I'll have Stormbreaker later. But Vin Diesel did say that Alpha Groot is coming. So we still don't know what that means. So, maybe this is the start of Alpha Groot. Who knows? But we get our first shot of Star-Lord. He's alongside an alien race that is potentially the Interdites, blue skin alien race. And it was also once mentioned on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. by someone special who we'll mention later on. But all Guardians are back. Also expect to see Kraglin, played by Sean Gunn, brother of James Gunn, the Guardians of the Galaxy director. So that's pretty cool. He's going to be in the movie. We also, if you didn't notice, didn't see Gamora. So no Gamora still. We don't know what's going on with Gamora. Gamora dipped out. Gamora was like, I don't know who these people are. I don't really care. I'm dipping. I'm leaving. I'm going to find my way. And Ravager Thor outfit looks kind of like the Thunderstrike outfit from the comics. So if you haven't seen Thunderstrike, I'll put him up right here, right now, so you can see Thunderstrike and what he looks like. He's got that, like cut off arm, looking pretty buff, jacked up, right? But it also looks like they may be back on Sakaar. Who knows? I don't necessarily think that's Sakaar that we're seeing. It kind of looks like a different planet, because it looks similar to the planet that he's planting Stormbreaker on. So it could be just like another trash planet, who knows? But it could also be Sakaar. Maybe it's a different part of Sakaar coming back and not being so trashy now. That'd be pretty cool to see, like potentially like whoever took over. Maybe it's the Red King. Red King finally taking over Sakaar, and is now trying to like clean up the trash, make it a little less so. But also, I want to point out that the people who do think it is Sakaar, do we see any of those portals above in the skyline? Let me know in the comments. Like, I can't quite remember, and I'm not about to go look back. But so we got the Asgardian ship, and we've seen a couple set photos that looks like there's gonna be some new Asgard tours. We also see in a later shot a few giant cruise ships on the coast of New Asgard. So it looks like it's gonna be a hip and happening tourist spot. But we see in this scene an Asgardian ship pulled by Thor's ghosts, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder, who in the comics and in the mythology are Thor's mystical goats who pull his chariot. And they both run and fly extremely fast and are capable of traveling the 9 realms. They are also extremely strong and durable, and they like to eat whatever they want. So hopefully we'll see some of that. It looks like Korg's got a new look. He's got like the new fly Asgardian garb. He's got the gold belt, you know what I'm saying? Looking pimped out, right? And then he's got like the fur on his shoulder. He's got the fur on his shoulder. A dope part about this trailer is Thor and Korg on this ice planet with this giant beast in the background. Now, this giant beast is from the Thor God of Thunder run and is known as Falagur the Behemoth. He was a champion of the Tournament of Immortals for 5 centuries. This giant was killed by Gorr during his campaign to take out all the gods. Just to give us perspective for how powerful this being was, it is said that he used to wrestle black holes for fun. That's ridiculous. Ain't nobody wrestling nothing of a hole that's black for fun. We finally get to see what it looks like when Stormbreaker summons the Bifrost kinda in that one frame. We don't get a lot of it, but it would be cool to see that in the film, so that's dope. We get a few amazing shots of Olympus or Olympia, whichever you prefer, and what looks like some like floating city parts. I don't know if you guys ever played Skylanders, but it's basically looking like Skylanders or looking like Avatar, you know, floating city in Avatar. We get our first shot of Zeus in this trailer also from the back, but you know, still Zeus nonetheless. Like in Greek mythology, Zeus is the king of Olympus, and in Marvel, Olympus is actually a pocket dimension that can be found somewhere on Mount Olympus. Nobody quite knows where it is, except for the people who know where it is. Also, like in the comics, Zeus has a ton of children, but the most famous ones in the comics are Hercules and Ares, who hopefully we'll see pretty soon. Both of them pretty soon. I'm hoping so. And possibly in this. I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. Let's go. Let's get it going. Bring in these new characters faster, Marvel. Please, for the love of the Lord. We also see Valkyrie as King of New Asgard, who is attending what looks like a UN meeting of some kind, and she's looking like she hates her job right now as the king on Earth, because we got all these rules that she probably was just like, man, why do I gotta do all this? You know what I mean? And in the same shot, you can also see to the right Meek in a suit. There's also been some concept art of Meek in this suit put online, so I'll put that up right now so y'all can take a look if you haven't seen it already. But it looks pretty cool. Like Meek looks like she's got some new arms, some new gadgets. Maybe it's Stark Tech, looking kind of Stark Techy possibly, or Guardians Techy possibly. So hopefully we'll see something cool there. And then the last shot, the money shot, right? Thor's hammer gets called by mighty Thor Jane Foster. Thor's broken hammer, reassembled, cracks in it, lightning shining through it, reformed. Man, so cool, so dope, so dope, man. Like I love the look of the hammer. The look of the hammer is dope. I love the cracks in it. So also going back to that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reference that I was mentioning earlier, where I didn't tell you who that special someone was. That special someone was Lady Sif, who was talking about the Interdites on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But to get into the meat and potatoes of this here movie, we gotta talk about the villain. You know, we gotta talk about the villain. If y'all don't know, the villain is Gorr the God Butcher. If y'all haven't seen him, I'll put him up right now. If y'all didn't see the toy illustrations, I'm gonna put them up now of what Gorr the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale, is gonna look like in the movie. If you get past that, this dude's appearance has entirely changed, and I do not understand why, but like apparently like Christian Bale wanted to not have any CGI put on his face, which is like okay, but like, bro, you can't get the tendrils though. You can't make up him up to make him have no nose, you know, Voldemort style, you know. I don't understand that, but anyways, you know, we gotta pick up with who Gorr is and why he's important. Gorr is from a world where their religion is very important to them, and on this world, every day is a struggle, and they pray every day, but people just keep dying horrific deaths. From an early age, Gorr lost his mother and father, and then married this woman, and she was pregnant with his child, and she ended up dying in an earthquake. And then Gorr's last son ended up dying one day from starvation. Gore then expresses outwardly to the people that there are no gods. He doesn't believe in the gods. And if there were gods, they would help them. And his people basically exile him. On his travels, he witnesses two gods fighting, a god in black and a god in gold. And they both fall onto his planet. And he then goes and sees what's going on, And he walks up, he notices that one of the gods is still moving, the other god is supposedly dead. And the one god starts begging and pleading for help. And for years, he's been begging and pleading them for help. And now this god is falling to his planet, is asking him for help. He gets furious. And then this dark god's sword then attaches onto him and latches onto him and shrouds him in darkness. And then he then kills this other god, this golden god, and then leaves the supposed dead god there. So those two gods that were fighting, one was the last of basically all of these gods that basically embodied what amounts to the physical embodiment of light. And this other god is the physical embodiment of darkness. And this dark god was killing the last known light god in existence. And this god's name is Null, also known as the symbiote god. And the sword that latched on to Gore is all black, the Necro sword. A weapon Null used to decapitate a Celestial, which then became the Colony Nowhere, seen in the Guardians of the Galaxy and Infinity War. But now remember, Null is a symbiote, right? A symbiote is what Venom, Carnage, and Riot were from the Venom movies. It's hard to say if Null exists. There's only one Null. I gotta preface this with this. There's only one Null in Marvel Comics, but I can't say whether or not Null is currently existing or has existed in the MCU because it's owned by Sony. So it's hard to say, and hopefully Sony does not think that they should do a movie about Null, because y'all know y'all know what would happen. They would, as people say, Sony it up, and then it would be terrible. But basically then after that, Gore goes on a campaign across the universe, killing any and all gods he comes across, because he wants vengeance for ignoring all the prayers of the people. You have been listening to Nerds of the Round Table. Leave a comment below on what you are most excited about this movie, man. I can't wait for this movie to come out, to be honest, man. Even with the change in Gore, which I cannot stand at all, I still can't wait for this movie, man. I would also like to say, man, they did not put any mention or anything of Beta Ray Bill in this movie. But write in the comments if you think Beta Ray Bill is going to be in this movie. I heard there's going to be 3 versions of Thor. Hopefully by 3 versions of Thor, they mean 3 people with the powers of Thor. Because then you got Thor, you got Mighty Thor, Jane Foster, and you got Beta Ray Bill. We got to get Beta Ray Bill, man. Campaign for Beta Ray Bill, man. Beta Ray Bill was going to be in Thor Ragnarok, but they took him out because it didn't make sense. They got an entire movie to make it make sense. So Beta Ray Bill, man, yes or no in the comments. You have been listening to Nerds of the Round Table. Thank you for watching. Peace out.